Okay, let's just jump right in. If you've ever felt like building wealth is some big, complicated secret that only certain people know, well, this is for you. We're going to break down a super simple but powerful plan for young adults to start building real financial freedom. You know, the kind that lets you travel, maybe change careers, or just not stress so much about the future. First things first, we've got to get one thing straight. This quote right here, man, it's the key to everything. We see all this stuff in the media, right? Flashy cars, designer clothes, but that's not wealth. That's just spending. Real, actual, lasting wealth is almost always invisible. It's what's happening quietly in the background. And this lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got flashy wealth. It's all about proving a point, right? Showing off. But on the other side, that's quiet wealth. This isn't about what you can show people, it's about what you can do. It's about smart investments, making conscious decisions about your spending, and aiming for the ultimate goal, financial freedom. People with quiet wealth don't need to prove anything, so they let their money work for them, not for an audience.
So, how do we get there? Well, before we can even think about building wealth for the future, we have to make sure our present is secure. I want you to think of it like a rocket. You can't shoot for the moon from a shaky, unstable platform. You absolutely need a solid base to launch from.
This is rule number one. It is absolutely non-negotiable. I know, investing is the exciting part, but jumping in without a solid financial foundation, that's like trying to build a house on sand. You have to handle the basics first. That way, your investments have the best possible shot at growing without getting knocked off course by some random emergency.
So this slide gives us the playbook, and it's super clear. Step 1, always make your minimum debt payments. On time, every single time. Missing them just hurts you and costs you more money. Step 2, get a starter emergency fund going, at least €1,000. This is your safety net for when life happens. And step 3, and this is a big one, you got to attack that high-interest debt, especially credit cards. That stuff is actively working against you.
Okay, so once that launch pad is secure, it is time to build the engine. And look, this isn't about some ridiculously complicated strategy. It's all about adopting a few simple, really powerful habits that the quietly wealthy just live by. This one might be my favorite, because it's about being lazy in the best way possible. See, the quietly wealthy don't rely on willpower. I mean, who does, right? They set up automatic transfers. Money goes from their paychecks straight to their savings and investment accounts without them lifting a finger. You make the decision once, and the system does the rest. It takes all the emotion out of it and just works. This is a massive mindset shift, a total game changer. Most people ask, can I afford this? The quietly wealthy ask a completely different question. Is this purchase actually worth it to me? They'll spend more on a great pair of boots that'll last 10 years, but they'll skip the trendy shoes that fall apart after one season. It's about value, not just price.
And here is the secret ingredient, really. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. The quietly wealthy get the magic of compound interest. It's where your money starts making money, and then that money starts making even more money. But this magic has one crucial ingredient it needs to work: time. Lots of it. Every euro you invest today has so much more potential in the future. You just got to be patient.
Okay, so we have our foundation, we have our habits. Now we need the tool, right? The actual engine to power this whole thing. And for most people just getting started, the answer is way simpler than you might think. It's called an ETF, or an exchange-traded fund. Now I know, the name sounds a little intimidating. Don't let it fool you. All it really means is that with one single purchase, you can own a tiny piece of hundreds or even thousands of different companies. It's like buying a pre-made basket of all the best fruits, instead of having to go and pick out every single one yourself.
And here's why they are just perfect for beginners. First, they are dirt cheap. The fees are incredibly low. Second, you get instant diversification, which is just a fancy way of saying you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. And third, you don't need a lot of money to get started. You can buy in with just a little bit.
Just take a look at these examples. These are some of the most popular ETFs on the planet. And notice that expense ratio column? 0.03%. So what does that actually mean? It means for every 10,000 euros you invest, you're only paying 3 euros a year in fees. That is an unbelievably good deal. It's such an efficient way to get your money working for you.
Okay, foundation, check. Habits, check. Tool, check. Let's put it all together. This is liftoff. This is the concrete action plan that you can start like this week. This is where it all begins.
I can almost hear you thinking it. This is the #1 question, the biggest mental hurdle that stops so many people before they even start. It's this belief that you need thousands of euros to be a real investor. Well, let me just tell you right now, that is a total myth. You can start with just €50 a month. That's it. That small, consistent amount is all you need to get the engine of compound interest started. It's not about how much you start with, it's all about the habit of just starting. And if you don't believe that's enough, just look at this slide. This is the sheer power of time. Let's say you invest that €50 every single month and get a pretty average 10% annual return. In 20 years, that could turn into over €35,000. In 30 years, over 100,000. And in 40 years, you could be looking at almost €280,000. That's the magic of compounding right there. And here's exactly how you do it. This whole process takes, 5 minutes? Tops. You log into your brokerage account. That's just the account you use to buy investments. You find the automatic investment option. You pick your ETF from our list, tell it you want to invest €50 a month, and confirm. That is it. You've just put your wealth building on autopilot. So, I want to leave you with this one last thought. The next 20, 30, or 40 years, they're going to go by no matter what we do. Time just keeps moving. The only question is, when you get to that future, where do you want to be? Do you want to arrive with just the memory of things you bought? Or do you want to arrive with financial options, with the freedom to choose your own path? The choice you make today, even if it's with just €50, can change absolutely everything.